Hello, this is Dr. Kill, no relation to Dr. House.
And I'm ChaosArgate again.
And we're here to show you how to play this game super wrong. First off, we're going to get Din's Fire. I'm just going to show it off real quick. Let's get it out of the way real quick. No interruptions here. Oh, fuck. Oh, god damn it.
What was that about, no interruptions?
This little guy here, always interrupting, trying to get in the way.
So how are you doing, Kapora?
I know everybody hates this is bird of prey here.
I do appreciate how the default option is no. I would like to hear your speech again.
Yeah, and the reason why that it's so frustrating is that because both B and A are confirm, whereas in most games usually it's like B is cancel and A is confirm.
Yeah, I never understood that.
I don't know. It actually does make speedrunning a little bit faster because you can just mash B and A.
I suppose, yeah.
Outside of that context, it can be annoying. Anyways, just showing it off real quick. I'll be skipping all the other ones. But for now, if you notice, my seed count went straight to 0.
Uh-huh.
I mentioned this earlier, and that's because I have a glitched seed bag.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So I can't hold any seeds. So anytime you shoot them, you'll lose all your seeds. But having a glitch bag actually causes some weird things. So I'm doing this to get the seed bag upgrade.
Okay.
It's simple. It's always the same pattern. In the adult version, the pattern changes. But child one is actually a little bit tougher, just because the seeds actually moves a little bit slower than arrows.
Oh, I didn't know that actually.
Yeah. So if you look at the upgrade, I have the 50 seed bag now.
Wow.
And I mean, I haven't gotten any upgrades off screen, and it just skips the 40 seed bag upgrade. I never got that, if you noticed. And what happens is anytime you have a glitch bag or no bag and you do that minigame, you'll just get the 50 seed bag every time.
Oh man, that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah. So if you get out of the forest, like it was just out the slingshot, and you go in there, you could get the 50 seed bag, but you wouldn't have a slingshot to shoot them with.
If you got the slingshot, would you just have like the 50 or?
That's the sucky part. If you get the slingshot, automatically puts in the 30 bag in your slot all the time, no matter what.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. But there's just a lot of different weird upgrades, like stuff that could happen if you RBA and upgrade into your inventory and then get an upgrade later. I'll actually be show another thing later, about what that causes. Not in this episode, in a different one.
You can shield
this is me failing
water?
This is me failing a few times, but if you get hit in the water and you mash Z a bunch, this happens. It's called a super swim. It just lets you go back real fast. It's really easy. You just mash Z.
I'm gonna guess it's something kind of like Super Slide.
Probably. I'm not exactly sure. It's just you get some momentum when you get hit with the shield in water, and then you just hold it when you press Z a bunch. I don't know exactly why. And then I just, right when I got on land, I did sort of the same controller input where from that recoil I did way back in the first episode.
Ah.
And I did it in the last episode too. Just coming out of water with a high speed lets you keep it.
Gotcha.
And then what I did right here is actually pretty similar, except I use a bomb. This one is a pretty well-known one. It's the best way to move quickly because your speed backwards is the fastest, but also you can change angles really quickly. So you can just keep this speed forever, going around, flying around Hyrule Field or whatever. It's a bit tough to do, though.
Yeah, it looks a little tricky. Like, I think I've tried it like once, but I messed it up the angle or something, so I just stopped dead in my tracks.
The problem is that, again, on a GameCube controller, you have to hold a specific input, and it's pretty hard. And that's pretty much the hardest part. It's just trying to get the angle and then being able to do it, shift to that angle like quickly enough, or it's not an angle, but like a position.
Yeah, I tried it with like an N64 stick that's basically a GameCube stick, and it was just too sensitive.
All right, so I'm getting in the Gerudo Valley with the old standby, or the old trick, the cuckoo jump. I know a lot of people are familiar with this. It's been made easier over there just because even just from using pause buffering, you can get it a lot easier, which is what I'm doing.
So what frame are we looking for here?
This one. You slash, you get right over. It's pretty simple. It's simple now. I just want to show it off. That's not the way I actually typically get in. But if you use pausing and you know which frames to look for, sort of with the angle, to start out. It's actually a lot simpler. It's just funny because it actually took quite some time for people to start using pause buffering in this game for whatever reason.
It's a little strange, but...
So this is the trick I use. If you backflip from an explosion while shielding, you get a huge boost backwards. I did a side hop version in the last episode. So that's called a mega flip.
That was really cool.
Yeah, it gets you a lot of, it gets you a decent amount of height and distance backwards. And using that position is just enough to get over the fence. So,
out of curiosity, was there any reason we came into Gerudo Valley at night?
Oh, there actually was. I did that just this section here because the Cuckoo Jump, I wanted to show it off and then do the version I did. But if I tried to climb back over the gate, they spot you really easily during the daytime.
Oh, okay.
So I just made it night to make it easier on myself.
Okay, that makes sense then. And if they catch you here, don't they throw you in the river?
They do if you don't have a hook shot. If you have the hook shot, they'll throw you in jail.
Oh, okay. That's rough.
Because you can get out if you have the hook shot, but if not... Of course, I'm a child, so I can't get out no matter what. So if I get caught, I'm stuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the difference between... Or that's how they determine where to throw you. This is me just trying to get into the Gerudo training grounds. I failed a couple times, but basically if you... This angle that I get when I roll, if you jump slash to the right spot, you kind of squeeze through the gate into the loading zone.
Okay.
Only Child Link can do this because he's small enough to do it. So right here, just gets right in there.
It's always funny watching Link just sink into the ground.
Yeah. And I think that works just because the gate doesn't fully cover up the entrance.
That makes sense.
There's like a small gap at the top. And then this is the clip I've done before, using Bomb Chew. The Vine Clip or just Clip. Here are the ice arrows already. Oh, I did want to show off this. I have a bottle in my ice arrow slot, right? I did it earlier.
Yeah.
And when you do that, it actually makes the chest opening animation faster.
Ooh.
If you notice, I just kicked it open instead of that, the one with the dramatic music playing.
That makes sense, I think.
It's just if you ever have something in the item slot and then you open up a chest, it does a shorter animation.
So, do you actually have the ice arrows there now, or...?
I do. It overwrites the bottle.
Oh, okay.
You can see them right there.
Oh, yeah.
Not all items work that way. It's really strange. I don't understand the entire process, or like exactly what causes that. You can't even test it for a lot of items, but for some of the ones you can. It sometimes works. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's very strange. I think bombs are sort of the iffiest ones. They work differently from the way Deku Nuts work and Deku Sticks with the mounts and stuff, and I don't know. Bombs are just programmed very strangely compared to like even all the other stuff. And Bomb Chews too.
Right.
So I will be getting the Gerudo card as a child. You can do it. Once you're in here, it doesn't really make a difference inside the fortress. Outside of the fortress, if you notice, there are no guards or anything. For whatever reason, the scene as a child of that map has just no guards.
Yeah, I forgot to ask about that. Like, Gerudo's fortress seems a little empty on the outside.
Alright. And then the first card is done.
Oh, I see. You had a infinite sword glitch on the stick.
Yeah. Yep. Makes this fight way easier. They actually have a lot of trouble sort of dealing with a weapon. Well, obviously that's infinitely slashing, but also I find it to be easier when you have a Deku Stick or the Goron Sword because of the way it sort of shapes. Like you hold it straight up. Whereas the Master Sword or the Kokiri Sword, if you're holding out, it sort of sticks forward.
Okay.
I don't know. It could be just me imagining it, but I feel like they have trouble dealing with Infinite Sword Glitch harder when it's the Goron Sword or the Deku Stick.
Probably.
But again, I'm not super sure. And I'm using the Deku Stick because it's stronger. It's Master Sword strength.
Right.
And when you use Ice Tea, it doesn't break, so... it makes these fights a lot simpler. I know a lot of people have trouble with these because they're very quick enemies.
Right. And then there's that spin that just instantly catches you.
Yeah, they telegraph it like enough. Usually you can get past it, but yeah, it gets you. Yeah, if you get hit by it, they throw you in jail.
Yeah.
And I forget if it's Ocarina of Time. I think if you if they hit you when you have a heart, with no matter what, they'll put you in jail. But that might be Majora's Mask, where they throw you out.
It might be. I honestly can't remember.
I know in one of them, if you just have a heart and you get hit by anything, they'll that's you losing, sort of.
I think that might be Majora's Mask.
Yeah, well, in that game, they'll still throw you out no matter what. No matter what hit they hit you with. So.
Yeah.
And then I know a lot of people get lost in Gerudo training grounds, or not Gerudo Valley, Gerudo Fortress. So it's mostly just me knowing where to go is just memorization, obviously. Once you know it, you just go the fastest route.
Yeah.
It does actually sort of flow into each other a little bit, so. And that should be saving because again, if I get caught, I'm stuck. But saving here, if you reset, you'll start back up here like in a regular dungeon.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I mean it's only a dungeon in that sense, so you can't. There's no map or anything you can't for Roar's Wind. There are keys, I suppose, but saving here lets you stay here. So
that's handy.
And this fight, I changed it up a little bit. I didn't want to just infinite sword glitch all of them. It's very quick, but it's also, I don't know, people have seen it already. So I just tried to fight them. I tried to fight her with just a crouch stab. Crouch stabs are really nice just because they're very quick. And like I said, they do DQ stick damage because I attacked with it first.
Right.
Also, they're just really quick attacks. I'm trying to time it so that I hit her right before she attacks me because that's usually when they're vulnerable, but it's a bit tough.
Does it count as a hit when you get her, like, right before she shields?
It's just if you hear her get hurt. If she's shielding, sometimes you can sort of poke through her shield. I think it is just if she's not shielding at the time. If she's get her right before it fully puts up the shield.
Okay, I was just asking because like I didn't see her flash, like as enemies usually do when they're hit.
Also, I didn't hit her. A lot of those weren't hits, so.
Yeah, I know.
I only needed to hit her 5 times, but it took longer. But yeah, again, so crouch stabs are really nice, especially as a child, just because it makes everything so much stronger. Everything dies a lot faster. I need to get past this room. There's a nice little strategy for this. I just wait for them to move at a certain spot, and then I jump over her, and she takes too long to turn around to catch me.
That's pretty gutsy.
Yeah. So I'm up here. Just have one more left, and then I'll be getting the Gerudo card. Nothing really much to say else about the guards. Oh, except that the Gerudo card, you know, it's supposed to be the thing where they don't sort of they'll let you go around the fortress freely now.
Yeah.
But I think even if you delete the Gerudo card out of your inventory, it still works. It's just that event occurring where she gives it to you. That's what triggers everything.
Oh, I think I heard about that.
Yeah, I'm not super sure though. I haven't checked it out myself. That's just what I've heard. Because you can delete the Gerudo card out of your inventory with RBA.
As you can do with pretty much anything.
Yeah, or a lot of stuff. For that, I think you just need the event where she gives it to you, and then if you don't have it afterwards.
Okay.
DQ nuts work against it. So, I did something here differently. I decided to fight her without crouch stabs either. So I was trying to do it maybe as sort of how a normal player might do it, and it's really tough. I don't know how to fight without infinite sword glitch or crouch stabs. So it took me quite some time to do this fight.
At least you're using DQ nuts. DQ nuts are cool.
Yeah, that's one of the things I know a lot of kids when they play this game, they don't really realize how good they are.
I certainly ignored them a couple years ago.
Yeah, it's not immediately obvious, but they work against so many things and they're just so useful.
Yeah, I know. Now I do.
Yeah. But yeah, if you notice, I'm pretty much getting my ass kicked by this guard here. It doesn't help that I'm using regular slashes and those are really weak.
Yeah, and you have
so
no range too.
Yeah, it would take like 20 hits, I think, for the Kokiri sword. Just regular slashes.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But I just want to show it off because I think it's just funny how incompetent I could be when I'm not using like glitching strategies. It's just really funny because you learn the game like in a really focused way, and sort of it diverts from that, I kind of panic. Or maybe not panic, I just can't really deal with it that well.
It's understandable. Like, you play it one way, and then when you play it another way, you don't really know how to deal with it as well.
Another place that happens a lot is like if I ever try to fight like Phantom Ganon or Ganondorf, doing the energy back and forth. I have a way harder time with doing that because you have to start timing it, whereas I'm used to just doing Infinite Sword Glitch. And you can't fail when you do that because it's always slashing.
That's true. I never actually thought about that.
If you're facing the wrong direction, then the sword hitbox won't hit it. But
well, yeah,
I mean, it's an easy fix. But if I don't have that, it makes the fight a lot tougher. Alright, so we're done here, though.
Oh, hi, Vale.
Oh yeah, I didn't even know she had a name.
Supposedly she gets her name from Majora's Mask, but I don't remember where they say it there.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure. But yeah, she's here. Gives you the card. She doesn't really distinguish between adult or kid because again, you're not supposed to be kid here.
Yeah, like there's no such thing as a sanity check in this game.
Yeah, at least not for this. Which again is weird because there is sort of a kid version of the map outside because the guards don't spawn, but not inside.
Right.
It's very weird. Also, a weird thing to show off, her tunic, if you notice, is green. Her clothes are green. It match my tunic. But it changes. It's weird. Like, if I pull out a bomb, her tunic flashes along with the bomb.
Wow.
Don't know why. And I think that color of her tunic will change depending on what tunic you're wearing.
Yeah, it's supposed to be red, but you can have her wear blue or red, depending on, like, if you're wearing the Goron or Zora tunics.
Yeah, I don't understand why, but it also does it with bombs.
I didn't know about the bombs. That's cool.
Yeah. But come back here, jump up here with a technique called a ground jump. If you ever fail to super slide, that's what happens. You'll sort of get a ground jump.
Oh, okay.
And it basically just ruins your side hops or backflips and makes you jump forward. You can catch on to stuff that's a little bit too high.
Ah.
You can do that with that ledge in Dodongo's Cavern to skip that part of Dodongo's Cavern too. Here I'm doing another mega flip, backflip.
Oh boy.
Just to get over here. That time I just did it unbuffered. It's faster and it's like really fun to do. It's one of my favorite glitches.
It's so stylish.
Yeah. So, I know people probably know about this. Some people know about this. If you open this chest that's supposed to be a heart piece as a child, it's the odd mushroom.
That's not supposed to be there.
Yeah, and it doesn't even trigger a timer. You just have it in your inventory.
Would that like reset the flags on Bigoron's sword, or?
That's iffy because I know. Okay, well, let me explain this. There's a heart piece up there. That's an extra heart piece that the game never intends you free to get. So you could get all 36 heart pieces and then get that one, and it's one extra that you're not supposed to have. But I'll be getting it in a bit. So yeah, the flags on trade items are weird. I know I think you can only deliver Kojiro once you've done it. Like once you've completed that section, and if you managed to get Kojiro again, I don't think that guy comes back. But you can deliver the odd mushroom and the saw like constantly.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the odd potion. So doing another mega flip here. Right here, I just backflip, and I hit the loading zone for that entrance up there. Like it's that loading zone right there.
Oh.
It actually extends pretty far down, so I just basically flip into it.
Oh, okay.
From over there.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah, and then here's the heart piece. It's like a real heart piece, sort of. I don't know. It's hard to explain because it's just you're never supposed to get it, but it's there.
Yeah, I guess that's the one that's supposed to be in the chest, but
maybe I'm not sure if anyone really knows.
Yeah.
And so that's the jail right there. I didn't save any of that. I just wanted to show it off because that overwrites your previous trade item, and I need that trade item I have.
Oh, right. Yeah, that'd be important.
Yeah, but I just wanted to show it off.
So, is the members card still saved, or?
Yeah, that is. I saved right after she gave it to me.
Okay, I must have missed that bit.
Yeah, I did do it kind of quickly, but I did save right there, and again, it still keeps you in Gerudo Valley and stuff.
Okay, that's cool.
Easy way out. You just side hop there with a certain angle.
You got that so fast.
It's first let me say you could side hop back in pretty easily too. So now I'm on the other side of the gate. So the funny thing about that ladder is that if you just walk out from any entrance, basically, and sort of turn to the right and walk up that ladder, that's the angle you need. So it's a very easy way to do it.
Wow.
Link is just Child Link is small enough to get out of that tower. So
I watched someone try to get that angle, and it took them like maybe 5 minutes to find the right angle, and it was just so fast.
So easy way across, you can just actually backwalk.
No need for the sacred feet here.
Yeah. You need to go on the edge, and you have to like not keep backwalking because the trigger is right, almost right as you get across. But you can also super slide across, but that's a way to do it without anything. So I want to show it off.
Does that still work as an adult too?
It does. It's just not usually necessary as an adult.
Ah, okay.
This is me just trying to show off a super slide through the first half of the wasteland.
I like that you can just go in a straight line.
Yeah, it's a little bit narrow, but you can do it. So I'm done with the first half of this. I mean, you can still follow the flagpole. It's not tough. That's not even that much faster because it's not a very long section. But from here on out, it's basically memorization. I have like sort of specific textures and hills that I sort of work off of.
Okay.
Again, it's actually a very narrow. Like my path is pretty narrow. I wouldn't really know how to divert from it. I don't know where the edges are of the path I use.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody does.
Yeah, I have a very specific path that I follow. I have a little bit of leeway, but again, it's just memorization. And for this, I just worked off of other speedruns that I saw where they went through this.
Right.
Like I didn't like find it myself.
There's the Colossus.
Yeah. So I'm through here. Once you're here, you can sort of do everything here as a child. Because you can warp here as a child.
Right, right.
Not a problem. But everything else up till now was definitely adult sections. And to start off here, I'll be getting Naru's Love. I'm gonna skip all of it this time, but I'll just show it off where it is. I guess it's right here. Again, you can get it as both child and adult. It doesn't really, nothing special about it. So I just get it here.
This has nothing to do with like speedruns or glitches, but I'm actually kind of curious, like, because I can't remember, like, if you open that fairy fountain as an adult, do you still have to open this as a child?
For a lot of those, usually the flags will stay. Like, if I blow it up as an adult, yeah, it'll be blown up as a child.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I guess that's sort of like a time paradox or whatever, but...
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, for a lot of that stuff, yeah, it'll stay as both child and adult. This is the only song you can get, like, sort of legitimately, I guess, as a child. All the other song triggers aren't there.
Right, right.
But this one is, because you're supposed to get here as an adult.
Yeah,
and I guess they never prevented you from not getting, I guess. Like, the Bolero won't be there if you get in there. The Prelude of Light won't be there. The Minuet's not there, obviously. But this one's here.
Would the Serenade of Water be there, if you managed to get into the Ice Cavern as a child? Actually, could you even get in the Ice Cavern?
I actually will be getting into the Ice Cavern this episode, but next episode is when I'll be doing the Ice Cavern.
Ooh.
So, but yeah, you can do it, and I'll explain how the Serenade works in the next episode, so... And a funny thing about this is going to be the first cutscene as sort of adult cutscene as a child, I think. I skipped the Forest Temple cutscene. But in the same way as Adult Link was sort of squished to match sort of Saria's height, a lot of the times Child Link will be popped up and down to try to match Sheik's height.
Makes sense.
So I think you'll see it right here. Yeah, so it pops you up, and then it goes back down. And it gets popped up again. So the game doesn't really know how to handle it.
For a second, I thought earlier that he just had really big platform shoes.
So I won't be doing Sprint Temple right now. That was just a waste. I did it by accident. But anyway, I won't be doing Sprint Temple right now. I just wanted the song, so I can come back whenever I want. And now I'll be showing you how to get into Ice Cavern as a kid. But again, I'll be doing it next episode. It's just sort of the time sort of split that way.
Okay.
Fastest way, I think, is just through the what do you call it? The portal there, Zora domain.
Right, right.
So that's why I'm back here, trying to get this again. I don't know. I actually don't know exactly why it doesn't work sometimes. I think it depends on what angle that hits you at, but I'm not super sure.
Yeah, who knows with glitches.
And again, I mentioned that I changed this stuff and I bought a bean. I'm planning it right now.
Okay.
That'll come back a little bit later. I didn't need to do this, but it makes things a lot simpler. I'm just planning that for a future section. But that's the only time. That's the only thing I even really use the bean for. So. And I do have a gold scale, but I want to show off that you can get back into Zora Domain without it. If you position yourself in the right spot, right here, and do a Navi dive, you actually fall down.
Oh.
And I can swim right in.
Hmm.
So, if you don't have any scale, like if you just didn't get the silver or gold scale, then you could do that to get back in here. Because normally you would need to dive all the way down.
Right.
Or you need the silver one. This is me doing more RBA stuff very quickly, because since there's water everywhere, it makes it very simple. Just have a little spot that I could do it off of. Again, what I do is I pull out the bottle and then the sword art before I land. And that's what causes that.
Okay.
And then one thing I haven't talked about much, but in order for this to work, you actually have to hold your shield.
Oh.
And it just sort of messes with the way the buttons update.
Okay.
I RBA'd Naira's Love, and that corresponds to the second bottle slot. So if you saw real quickly that I have a second bottle now.
Oh, okay then. That's cool.
So now all four bottle slots are filled. And I just got more to use. But yeah, so for that RBA thing, when you do it, you have the bottle in hand, but it still thinks the last button you've pressed is B, so you can overwrite your sword. But in order to do that, you have to be holding shield when you swing the bottle. It's very strange. I don't know. For whatever reason, when you do that, it'll swing the bottle, but the game won't understand you of pressing the bottle button, so it keeps your last updated button, which is why you can overwrite your sword.
Okay then.
You can also do that to overwrite like any other item, to like dupe bottles into your inventory. And again, sorry, real quickly, but I did use a bomb just to blast myself through a wall.
And that's how you get past King Zora.
Yeah, it's actually that's a very common trick that they use anytime they have to go to Jabu. That's how they'll do it usually.
It's a lot faster than getting the bottle and waiting for him to sing the praises of wheat.
Yeah. That was me getting Farore's Wind. Again, I'm skipping it.
Oh, okay then.
There's no reason to show it off. Again, that's another one you can get as an adult or child. It doesn't really matter. But I will be getting into Ice Cavern, and I'll be doing bomb hovers, which is how you basically break almost everything in this game. Well, how you can break a whole lot of stuff. I did want to show off, though, a thing about bomb hovers is that because of the way bombs explode, if you notice, I backflipped, and like the explosion didn't hit me at all. And side hops are the same way. The bombs actually explode slower than your speed it when you backflip.
Oh.
And that's why usually you have to do a lot of weird stuff to get hovers to work. That's why I've been doing a lot of flips and stuff. But typically for bombs, another way you can get past that is if you backflip up against the wall, then you don't get that huge distance, so the bombs can hit you. So you get the height from the backflip, but you're still in the bomb explosion radius, and that's how hovers work.
Oh, okay.
For bombs, you don't need a wall, but if you want to go up, vertically, you do need to be up against the wall, basically, or have the hover boots, because that shortens your backflip. I was just showing off how hovers work a little bit, and then I put it back because I need to reset the camera in order to see where I am. I mean, it's still not a great camera, but I can still see his model, and that's what I work off of.
Okay.
If you can tell, he has sort of an animation when the bomb is out. He's going up and down, or like his model is just moving slightly, and I would use that to time my bombs.
Oh.
It's just him breathing, I guess, and that's what I use to sort of time when I backflip.
So when it bobs up one more time, or I guess the second bob up?
It's hard to explain, but basically he goes up, down, and up, and then right when he starts going down, that's when I backflip.
Okay.
So, and then I'm up, and then now we're up here, and then once you're up here on this seam you're never supposed to be on, you sort of go to this section right here, and roll off, and then you are in Ice Cavern.
Wow.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's the end of the episode. It's a little bit short of an episode, but for now, that's it. We'll be doing Ice Cavern later, so that's it, I guess. So thanks for watching.
Night, Internet.